Okay, reshoot for this video. So the essentiality of it was the essentiality of it. There was a period growing up where my sister would do sadistic things, and then she would say, I'm joking, it's just a joke." And this confused us as a unit, right? As part of this higher familial kind of identity that we're given by the malignant narcissist, this pro-social communal system, this higher self found that behavior wrong, right? We all knew it was kind of wrong, but the upper higher self didn't stop it, didn't actually talk against it, didn't say to stop doing that. It let it be, it let it happen. It was understanding of it. However, we knew it was just wrong in some aspect. And now realizing that it was a overt behavior, so it was an overt push for sadistic supply from a narcissistic system. And so sadistic supply is the crack cocaine, while narcissistic supply is like the normal cocaine. So if you can get sadistic supply, and it's acceptable in some kind of way, then you definitely want to go for that. 100%. That's some clean, crisp stuff, right? Way better than any kind of adoration can give you. Is the good stuff. So if you can have like an innocent individual that you can just constantly get this sadistic supply of, great. You can pick who you like. And so you've got the my sister would act like that with my other sister growing up. She would be constantly getting sadistic supply off of my other sister, which was indoctrinating my other sister into the narcissistic system. And so, but that really happened between them. We didn't really see much of that, me and my brother, when I was introduced to the family. I would just like to add in here that actually there was the other stories that we were told about the abuse between my sister and the other sister was how covert it was, how like cunning my sister was in torturing my other sister. My dad would actually be impressed and would share that with us. I can't remember the exact details, but it was something about blaming my sister for doing a bad thing, so that then my dad would beat my other sister, and then them both finding out that in the end it was actually the first sister that was cunningly deceiving in order to actually, in a way, feed the father the sadistic supply that the daughter is understanding is part of the familial system, which is horribly dark and deep when you look at it like that. She's getting this sadistic supply, and so she would do it in an overt way. And the overt way is not covert, and the familial system is a covert malignant prosocial narcissism. And so then it wasn't punished. We knew it was wrong, and that's that. So I just find that interesting how I'm now finally able to explain and understand what was going on. I can't really change it. I can't really go and inform them about it, and they get an epiphany and they realize and they stop, and that's not really happening with them. So I came to share it here. And another aspect of it is the my dad had a spiritual awakening of some description. He had some internal introspection, and it was incredibly uncomfortable. And he repented from that, whatever had created that internal introspective environment. Repented from it because it was very uncomfortable, and went back to his old status quo. And so what this was he decided, I'm going to stop smoking. His dad was a great smoker. He got it from his dad, so he's like, I'm going to give up part of this generational curse. I'm going to go against it. And he stopped, and then in those spaces where he would be smoking, he noticed that something would come up in him that would be like, you're superior than these other people. You're better than these other people. You should get some, you should judge them. You should make them suffer a bit. You should call them this. You should call them that. This kind of spirit was coming up to these other people that were smoking, and he just stopped smoking. And he didn't like that. Wasn't very comfortable with that at all. It went very much against his Christian leanings. And so he started smoking again to then not have those thoughts and uncomfortable stuff come up, and he would just smoke instead. And that was his solution to it. That was how he wrapped it up. That's how he would stop with that superiority complex, when in reality it would just continue he would just be less aware of it because he's bringing the training he'd been given. Because my sister is a huge smoker, my dad a huge smoker and drinker. They're bringing that training they've been given in order to propagate that system, in order to make them deaf and dumb to it, and ignorant and forgetful. He went back into it, and so then he's not getting the awareness that he is capable of, that anyone would be capable of, that God is trying to get to him, that he does become aware and he does repent. And so, yeah, you've got those two aspects when we're retrospectively looking at our family dynamics. And the thing is that the whole family unit, right, we were confused and we knew it was wrong. My sister saying, my sister going about and punching you hard in the back and then saying, oh, it's just a joke, or just being incredibly cruel and just saying, oh, it's just joking. Because it is a form of arousal. It is a form of, funniness for the sadist to get their sadistic supply. And so just an example, just to hold off, to end off the video, the narcissistic supply would kind of be like making, if we're talking about it in joke format, it would kind of be like saying, oh, and I'm just the best at doing that, aren't I? And everyone laughs, and all right, now you're getting a bit of supply making you grandiose and even though it's in a joke way. The sadistic supply would be like, and you are an absolute blah blah blah, and you hit them where it hurts, or you just literally just like paper cut them on their ear and be like, ha, that's funny, just giving sadistic attacks, damaging other people and their suffering, bolstering you up. And so this comes from this adds to the superiority, because it comes from this element of, I can give you suffering, I can give you pain, I am lord over you, I am king over you, I am superior over you. And this is such an intensely stimulating thing that it really gets them going, and they get cracked and jazzed up. And so, gosh, it just makes me suffer to know that, like, my little sister, well, my bigger sister, but she was little at the time, was receiving this from my other sister for years, and in privacy, and just behind closed doors, and just, gosh, real pure sadism, and that's brutal. And I received my fair share too from whoever was there to give it to me, but I'm a big strong boy, so I don't really see too much pity and stuff for myself. I've also understood it and overcome it, and coming out of it, and so I don't really see too much pity me and poor me. Although back when I was a child, I certainly did. Back when I was a child, I felt like I was being absolutely lacerated and destroyed every single day, and I just wanted the whole world to see. I wanted to just be I wanted the wounds that were being inflicted on me internally, I wanted them to be shown, like how Jesus' wounds were shown to the world. I wanted that to be happening. I wanted to be walking around just open, bleeding, pussy wounds, just all over head to toe, so that people could see and be like, what's happening? Are you okay? And get me out of that system. And that's how I felt like very, very often. And I would have just intense, incredible pits of despair, feeling so much abuse. But I don't really remember exactly what would be happening and going on. But now understanding, it's likely just whatever covert, which makes it difficult to point out. So they're practicing covert sadism and this covert abuse, this malignant normalcy. You're now in this normal state where you can abuse the other covertly and get your hook, get hooked on your stuff that gets you going and aroused. And it's very hard to pinpoint it and bring it up as the abusee, and so therefore I just desired for open wounds, because the wounds were happening so much internally. I just wished to God that there would be open and overt. I wished so much for overtness, because if they were overt in their narcissism, then it would be obvious. But no, we have to practice the covertness. So no, bang, I'm just a joke. You have to be covert. Keep doing it. We understand. If you're a smoker, you got to smoke. We get it. You're gonna snort your tobacco, go for it, but just don't freaking snort your tobacco off the back of a hooker in broad daylight, because then than you'd be had. And that's essentially how I see that. And so, is there anywhere in your life that you can see covert and overtness going on? I mean, I even read a comment where it was talking about how you can, even by bigging up so much someone's idea, like your son's idea or something, bigging it up so much and being like, oh, it's amazing, the best idea you've ever had in your life, it's so incredible. Doing all of that kind of actually is an abuse in itself, because it kind of, I didn't quite get the full idea, but we had a lot of that growing up. Like every single idea and every single potentiality would just be destroyed by blowing it up so much, right? Which does make sense. Linguistically, but yeah. Anything in your life? Go on and share it. Peace.